Greetings. Thank you so much for joining us on FutureWorks. And we're talking with Carrie Jones from 3Rivers about jobs, careers, and internships. So welcome. And tell us a little bit about 3Rivers. What is your footprint, so to speak, in Northeast Indiana and Fort Wayne?
Thank you for having me today, Steve. 3Rivers is a federal credit union based locally in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're known as an employer of choice in the markets that we serve. We've won awards for workplace excellence every other year when we do our employee survey. Employees tell us that they're attracted to 3Rivers because of our reputation as having a positive culture. We focus on serving, doing community service in the communities that we're located in, and then doing what's best for our membership and our team members. And we have a high focus on bringing in people who want to make 3Rivers their career. So consistently focusing on training and development, building strong bench strength. And as far as footprint, we have 475 team members today, and we have branches as far north as far east as St. Mary's, Ohio. I know that's not in Indiana. As far south as Liberty, Indiana, which is about 2 hours south of Indianapolis. And then as far west as Columbia City. So all in all, we have 21 branches, 2 corporate locations, and a mortgage center.
I want to talk to you a little bit about that phrase you mentioned. You are an employer of choice, because I know so often people concentrate as they're looking for job opportunities about pay and benefits. And what they fail to think about is that culture within that company.
Yes, that is very important to us. So we keep a strong pulse on our team members. We have a quarterly survey. We have the awards that I mentioned. That's an every other year all employee survey. So it's very important to us to use that information. It is anonymous, and talk more with our employees to see what can we be doing better. It's a great place to work. I think what we do for our membership makes our team members feel good. And then what we do, let's say in human resource development or as a leadership team, focus on our team members so they can focus on members. We promote from within as much as possible. So just through the end of last month, we were at 108 promotions this year. And when you're talking about 475 team members, that's about a quarter of, a little bit less than a quarter, but that's a lot of people who have been promoted throughout the year.
That's a great record. Tell me a little bit about your jobs, those that require a college degree and those that don't.
Most of our jobs do not require a degree. The only thing that I could think of when I was rolling this around in my head is that maybe if we had a controller in our accounting area, that position might require a CPA, but for the most part, it's a combination of education and or experience that we would be looking for. But if I were to share some common degrees that we see, communication, business, marketing, finance or accounting, information technology, we do have an IT department. Psychology is another one that we see, management and organizational leadership. Those would all lend well to roles at 3Rivers.
What are the other skills or characteristics that you do seek in your job applicants?
Just to even consider who we would want to interview, we would be looking for customer service experience. And then when we're actually, I would say customer service experience in retail, restaurant. If somebody does have banking background, that would obviously lend well to us in being in the banking industry as well. But what we would be looking for the most, let's say when we have somebody that we're interviewing, is somebody who is strong or able to build strong relationships, and then able to solve problems, and somebody who has strong decision-making skills.
Can you talk a little bit about your hiring process? Does it begin online?
It does. Yep. It does begin online through our website. It's www.3riversfcu.org. And then at the bottom of our homepage, there is a link for careers where you can see just a statement about, we hire go-getters, we're an innovative company, we're committed to diversity. we win awards, so it has a blurb on there, and then you can click and see the jobs that are currently open and read through job descriptions. And then you do have to apply online because we have built-in disclosures. So that is the way that, and then there's an e-signature as well. Okay, so after that, we do communicate via phone or email, and we send out invitations to take a standard aptitude test and then complete a form that gives us authorization to do criminal background check, credit check, the different checks that we do before bringing people in for interviews. We have to do our due diligence because we are a financial institution for bringing people in.
So, having understood all of that, what factors might eliminate a person from consideration from a position with you?
If they don't pass the aptitude test, that would be one of them. And we do the Wonderlic test, is what it is, which is a lot of people think of the NFL. They give NFL players the Wonderlic. So we do the Wonderlic. And then if somebody doesn't pass a criminal background check, or the way that they wouldn't pass a credit check would not necessarily be their credit score. So we do look at it with a human eye and see if they're past due with their creditors or have caused other financial institutions a loss. Then that's going to cause us to pause. It might take them out of consideration, or it might cause us to call and ask a couple more questions.
The primary viewing audience for this interview are high school students and college students. So, before they graduate, what classes might they take to improve their hiring chances with you?
Okay, I think the most ideal courses that they could take would be something that would have to do with interpersonal communication or communications. Psychology would be a good class as well, not so much from the biology piece of psychology, but more of like how people react to different stimuli, or how to shift, how to pay attention to verbals but also nonverbal cues. It's our main focus is that that relationship building. um, and then we specialize in finance as well. So finance, accounting, anything to do with communication, interpersonal communication, those would be good.
Does Three Rivers offer paid and unpaid internships?
We do have only paid internships right now. They are offered to current or previous college students. So we used to have high school internships that were unpaid. When we revamped it, we bumped it to college, somebody who's in college currently or has already graduated.
And how often does that paid internship lead to an employment offer?
It has led to an employment offer a couple of times, but not the majority of the time. The reason for that is we want to be able to continue giving back to the community in the form of internships, or just offering that realistic job preview, so that they know, is this something that they would even want to pursue? I'm sure there's plenty of people who change their majors, so having that realistic job preview early on, I think, is helpful for if they want to make a change, or add something extra to their degree. But it doesn't always lead to permanent employment, but it has a couple of times.
Is Three Rivers committed to hiring a diverse workforce?
Absolutely. So it is very important to us to continue to focus on hiring a diverse workforce. We want to have team members with different backgrounds, experiences, education, as well as diversity of thought and perspective. We need and value differences at Three Rivers. The last thing that we want is to have a workforce that's just a bunch of clones. That will not get us from where we are now to where we need to go. So we've actually had a formal diversity and inclusion program since 2015 that I have served as the diversity officer for.
Do you have a need for team members that speak a second language, such as Spanish?
We do. We do. We have and would like to continue to have team members who are able to speak in other language besides English. We're finalizing a program, in fact, right now, where team members who have non-English interactions, or they're translating for another team member with a member, they'll actually receive additional pay. So we want to
So
continue to do that. We absolutely.
I appreciate the time you've spent with us, and We would love to continue our relationship with you in the future and trying to help our Latino youth and other students of color to better understand career opportunities with 3Rivers.
That would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Steve.